Hi, I'm Darren and welcome to New Factory Classics. Today we're going to discuss DC Elseworlds' The Batman. It's Halloween, the election is in 1 week, and someone is watching the mayoral candidate through a window. It's the Riddler. He's dissatisfied with how the mayor is doing, and he wants to show that by bashing his head in. It was either that or waiting in line on Tuesday. Welcome to The Batman Year 2. Bruce is just starting out, but he is already getting used to life at night. His day really starts at twilight. Criminals throughout Gotham are well aware of the mass vigilante coming after them, but he can't be everywhere at night. A group of juggalos attempts to beat a man in a train station, but the Batman comes out of the shadows and beats the snot out of them. I'd like to think that he beat them up just for being juggalos and having no idea that they were committing a crime. Either way, they need to go home and try and figure out how magnets work. Detective Gordon brings the Batman onto the mayor's murder scene. The other policemen don't like the fact that he brought a mass vigilante onto the scene to search for clues, but they're going to have to learn to trust the Gordon's Fisher man. The Batman must solve this murder. Somehow crime is up since he started being a vigilante, and this is just a lot for him to handle. Though he shouldn't complain too much, he was the one who signed up for this. Bruce and Alfred are having a disagreement on what his priorities should be. Bruce wants to focus on being the Batman and vengeance in general, and Alfred wants him to focus on Wayne Enterprises, his legacy. He solves the Riddler's first puzzle, which reveals some pictures of the mayor cheating on his wife, and he was cheating on him at the Penguin's Club, a literal club penguin. The Batman fights his way into the club, trying to meet his first arch-villain, the Penguin. Now, beauty may only be skin deep, but the Penguin apparently has a lot of skin. Now, while the Penguin didn't give any information to help his case, his waitress, on the other hand, seemed very spooked at the picture of the girl. So, the Batman follows her home. If there's one thing I can tell you, fellas, ladies love to be followed home in the dark. The Batman discovers that the waitress in question was Selina Kyles, aka Catwoman, a cat burglar that's trying to help her friend, the girl in the mayor's cheating pictures. While on a little adventure with Catwoman to get the passport back for her friend is kidnapped, and the commissioner of the police is captured and murdered. The local news plays a video of the commissioner being tortured and murdered by the Riddler, though I must say they got the passport back, so overall the adventure was a success. Bruce sends Selina undercover into the club within a club, and there she discovers that the DA and many dirty cops are doing drugs there. And they're all worried about the Riddler because he knows that one of them is a rat. The night is going well until Batman and Selina get into an argument about how she may know Carmine Falcone. The DA attempts to bring Selina home, but she turns him down. Though he does have a date waiting for him in the car, it's the Riddler. He knocks him over the head and puts a bomb on the DA's neck. That's really no Little Miss Sunshine. Bruce goes to the mayor's funeral, and there he meets Carmine Falcone, who remembers him when he was a little kid, and how his father, Thomas Wayne, saved Carmine when he was shot in the chest. The funeral's going well until the DA drives into the funeral with a bomb strapped to his neck. I guess you could say the Riddler is the worst person to invite to a funeral. Well, the second worst. The Riddler livestreams his trial of the DA to all of Gotham and his personal group of incel followers. Not like you, my normal followers. You're beautiful and fully functional. The Riddler gives the DA a chance to survive. All he has to do is solve 3 riddles, and the final one revealing who the rat is. Though the DA won't do it because that'll put his family in danger, so his head gets blown off. After being blown up himself by standing right next to the DA, the Batman wakes up in the GCPD. He ends up having to fight his way out of there, realizing that the only person he can trust is Gordon. They end up deciding that the one person that they should go after first is the Penguin, and they end up following him to a drug deal. Unfortunately, that goes bad when the Catwoman steals all of his money. Now, personally, I know how it feels because my cat always steals my seat. During the ensuing mess, the Catwoman steals a lot of money, there's a big shootout, and eventually the Penguin escapes, with the Batman chasing him down in his Batmobile. While the Penguin thinks he can escape, no one can escape the vengeance of a billionaire trust fund baby. Just something to keep in mind for the future if anyone wants to piss off Elon Musk's kid with all those X's and Y's. Gordon and Batman interrogate the Penguin on trying to figure out who the rat with wings is, and it turns out that it was actually a clue to a website, and it leads them to an abandoned orphanage. And as you may know, Gotham is so horrible, they have multiple orphanages, and some of them they just leave abandoned. It turns out that the Riddler blames Thomas Wayne, the person who was funding the orphanage, for letting it fall apart. His renewal plan to save the city is just a failure. The city is falling apart, and it left all these little orphans to deal with things themselves. So the Riddler is planning on getting his revenge on Thomas, who is dead, so he plans on blowing up Bruce Wayne. Unfortunately for Batman, who is Bruce Wayne, this is a serious conflict of interest, and he must run home to deal with the situation. Alfred is blown up, opening up Bruce's mail. It turns out the only thing that can kill him are the fires of Mount Doom. The Batman and Catwoman meet up. She reveals to him that she is Falcone's daughter, but she's willing to work with him if she can get his money and end up bringing down Falcone. She's even willing to help bring down the Riddler. In a giant exposition dump, Carmine Falcone reveals to Bruce that he used to work for Thomas Wayne, and he murdered a reporter that was trying to reveal secrets about Thomas and Martha Wayne in order to bring down his run for mayor. Infuriated when he found out that his father had someone murdered, Bruce interrogates Alfred in the hospital, who realizes Carmine Falcone not only lied about that, but actually murdered his parents. Bruce realizes he can't just live for vengeance. He must also live for the one person that's been in his life the whole time, Alfred. Catwoman caught one of Falcone's men and got him to reveal that they all work for Falcone. The DA, the GCPD, the mayor. Everyone works for Falcone. He's the one in charge of everything. And then she decides that she has to go and kill Falcone. Catwoman is attempting to kill Falcone and pulls a gun on her father. Eventually he overpowers her though and attempts to strangle her to death. The Batman comes in and saves her, and they arrest Falcone. While Falcone is about to be arrested, he is shot from across the street by the Riddler that's been waiting this whole time for him to be brought into the light. It turns out that the Riddler not only hated Falcone, he also hated Jesus. The Riddler's almost caught immediately, just waiting for them at a diner, and he's very excited to see that the Batman showed up for his arrest. While checking out his apartment, they end up finding his secured YouTube page where he talks to all of his followers, the ones that are super angry with Gotham, but unfortunately it's secured. Well, good luck getting any views with the secured page. The Batman goes to meet the Riddler at Arkham, and the Riddler is super excited to see Batman. He knows that they've been working together to clean up Gotham, and he's very excited to meet his partner in crime. Unfortunately for him, Batman has no desire to be a criminal with him. He's just been trying to catch the Riddler. He's a crazy, manipulative psychopath, and the Batman wants nothing to do with him. Well, the final joke's on you then, because the Batman was supposed to be at Arkham to stay safe. Stay safe from what? Stay safe from his final terrorist attack, because he's about to blow up the seawall. The Riddler has planted 7 vans along the seawall. His plan is to blow it up and flood Gotham, so everyone has to go to where the election party is being held. That's where his army of incels will be waiting in the rafters to snipe any person who walked in. And I'll tell you, that's about on par with how our elections seem to be going these days. It's utter chaos on election night. There's flooding going on, there's shooting happening, and even the mayor's been shot. Things are going crazy. At least finally the Batman shows up to stop the violence. Batman and Catwoman are doing their best to fight the terrorists, but eventually they get overwhelmed. So Batman has to eventually shoot himself up with adrenaline. Remember kids, drugs make you heroic. Batman finally arrests the final terrorist, and that man refers to himself as Vengeance. It occurs to Batman that he can't just be a symbol of vengeance anymore. He must be more for Gotham. He must be a symbol of hope. And hope is what he provides when he ends up leading people out of the electrified and flooded election night party. The city is in disarray. The mob is going to have a power grab, with the Penguin taking the lead. The Riddler has met a mysterious new clown friend at Arkham. Selina wants Bruce to come with her as she leaves town, but he cannot. He must stay and watch over Gotham. For now, Gotham needs more than vengeance. It needs hope. It needs someone watching out for them. It needs the Batman. And now I have seen it, so you don't have to. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.